Hello! It is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Void Stranger. I did what I said since last time. I've made my way down to basement 143, and let's see if there is some other way to get around the big head that I had not considered before. So I guess first things first, just kind of like bang on all the spots. Does seem very solid. And then we can talk. They can hardly muster an irritated groan. I think that's because we just punched them. What do you want? You need to move. Really? That's why you disturbed me? I was doing so well with being dead. How bothersome. I don't really know what you're looking for. I'm not going to move anytime soon. Let me die. Do they know another way down? Fine. If it means I can keep dying in peace, there should be a smirking statue in here somewhere. If you leap into a hole directly in front of it, you should be able to advance deeper. Almost forgot. This trick requires a sacrifice. Nothing major, as long as you've got some food with you, you should be good to go. Think that sounds shady? What is it now? Those lost souls are clogging up your path? I knew I shouldn't have given them anything. They kept begging and begging for food until I gave in, and now they stick around, craving some more. They're the worst kind, if you ask me. I'm not sure if I went through all this dialogue last time. Don't give me that look. I can't do anything about them. Hey, do us both a favor, and give them a good shove. I'm sure you've gotten used to it by now. Since you made it this far without losing your marbles. Okay, which is indeed what I did. Go ahead. No hard feelings. Lost souls are here for a reason. They're but fuel for DIS. So there was EUS, and now there's also DIS? Interesting. Fuel for DIS. And if I keep talking, I'm gonna try like 100 times just to be sure. So I'll be back. 97, 99, 100. Okay, I talked 100 times and nothing changed. And that always happens if I punch them in between. Alright. So it doesn't seem like there's any way that the head is getting out of the way. I do have access to pick up and put down blocks, but that's just so that I can get to where I need to go. So yeah, I don't think there's any way to bring locust idols from here to there. And so it seems like I'm going to advance 7 levels, which is fine. I skip a couple of possible locust idol pickups, but I also skip some levels where I might accidentally die. 150 is a fine place, I think. Right, and so now we have this guy, and so I just need to finagle things so that he lands on a pressure plate when I'm there. And so if I go left, he goes right. So if I go right, he goes left. And if I go down right now, he's not able to go down, and so that's a way that I can go down more than him. But I want the opposite. I want him down more than me. So let's try to make that happen by getting him underneath. Yeah, a guy. Like that. That seems pretty good. And then if I had picked up at some point a piece of flooring, for example, when I was facing this way, then I would be able to put it here to get this guy here and do this. Right. So, there's a memory fragment, a crystal shard, whatever I'm calling them, on this screen, and now I know how to get it. All you have to do is walk off that piece of glass, which I did not know previously. So this is worth doing on camera for certain. Also, I'm currently at 0 Lotus Shards, so if I die, I'll lose my HP. So don't die. And I would like to get the one out of this chest to give me some buffer. Can I do that safely while rescuing dude over there who I need to complete the puzzle? I believe the answer is yes. And I just have to be careful about the snake here. So the snake will take a moment to turn around. Ah, but then I don't have time to... Okay, so I need him on the other side. Alright. So I need the snake to go by the other way. Now I have time to put this down. But I don't have time to go grab the locust idol, because then he might collide with the snake or something. And I don't remember all the ways that they interact, and I just want to make sure I don't screw anything up. Okay, now I have time. Okay, I've got 1 locust idol in my inventory. So that's great. Now I need to think about how I'm going to get the shard fragment thing. And it looks like if I go right, he goes left. If I go left, he goes right. Let's pick another time to do this. So now, if I go right, he goes left, and I can pick this up. Alright, so I have a piece of flooring. Great. And I'd actually like to use it in this column, I think. So let's do some of this. And now I would like to walk down and put a piece of floor a few to the south of me. And that looks extremely doable. So let's do it. Everybody's okay. And so now if I could get 1 more piece of flooring down there, I would almost have done what I need to do. But I need to get him offset, so that when I am in this column, he is 1 column to the left. And so the way to do that... Oops! This is not like that. Crap. Well, I just used my locust idol, I guess. Darn. Yeah, you can see why I don't think I'm going to be able to make it through another 94s when I only have a finite number of accidents that I can make along the way. And I don't feel like... I mean... Okay, so backing up. Obviously, I've made it through all these floors before. I have video of my solutions. I can go and find like the exact frames of videos where I solve all these puzzles again, and watch them and follow my solution exactly, and do everything perfectly, and make it all the way down to basement 222 with HP. That's me. It seems unreasonable for the game to be asking me to do that right now, which makes me think that there's another mechanic, some other way to skip floors and whatnot, that would get me down to the bottom. And I just don't know what that mechanic is or how I would discover it. Or maybe the game is just this hard and you need to take video of yourself. Like, most people aren't going to be recording video of themselves, so they're just going to have to resolve the puzzles and like remember how they solved them. And it's just very easy to accidentally make a mistake. And then have 1 fewer locust idol. So that's what I'm struggling with here. I feel like I'm missing something key to the game right now, and I don't know what the thing is, and so I'm questioning everything that I'm doing. Yeah. Alright, well, I currently have a piece of floor, which means I can pick this thing up, but until I get it to the exit, nothing happens, and at this point, there's no way to get it to the exit. it seems like, let's find out some more about justice, I suppose. So I'm going to end it all and come back and see if the baddies come after us. Alright, for one reset, they did not. So, I've already gotten the locust idol. It's in my inventory. So now let's just try to get to the end of the puzzle. And so if I want to offset the columns that we are in, if I were to move right, I won't go anywhere, he'll go somewhere. He'll go the direction that I want him to be. So yeah, I should push right against this. And now we're both in the correct column to solve the puzzle. It's still the case that I need to build some more flooring. So let's start working on that. Is now a safe time for him to move down twice? Yes, but going back up is going to be dodgier. So let's do another cycle of the snakes, I think. I'm not sure that the snake cycle is going to be any good. Did I see the snake bounce off of him before, though? Can I witness this here by trying to press the button? Except for I don't have anything to put down. Okay, but the snake did just bounce off of him. Okay. So it seems like the snake moved before him, because he moved out of the way, maybe? Or the snake decided to turn around before him, or whatever. In any case, now I should be able to put down my first block. Now that I've offset the snake, I think. Actually, it's still not in the ideal spot. Suppose I did that. Then they're both gonna go clearing out at the same time. That seems better. So I can put this down and everything's fine. I can go down here. And I can wait and the snake will just bounce off of him. Right? Yeah. So let's do that. And that snake will also bounce off of him, which means I can just pick this up. That snake will bounce off of him, which would be fine. This snake would bounce off of him, which would be fine. I just need them not to move into the same square at the same time, because that's what causes mutual annihilation. Then if I go left, he goes right. And I'm not sure, I think he would bump into the snake now, and so that wouldn't work. So I want that snake to go past him. So let's bounce against this for a bit. And so now, if I go left, he goes right. I can go here, I can go here. There we go. I collected the shard, and I got to the exit. Okay. Oh, gosh. I remember this one being a giant pain in the tuchus to figure out. Let me figure it out again. Right, and I just remembered one of the key things, which is once I get up here, there is space where I can walk back and forth and just kind of pick up tiles and put them back down, so I'll be able to replace all the flooring up here. So all I need to do is preserve these tiles down here so that I can stay entirely along the top up here, I believe. And I think that might be everything that I need to do. I need to pick up one tile somewhere. One tile that he's not going to need. And I just said if I'm going to stay on the bottom and he's going to stay on the top, then that means that these tiles would not be necessary. So I could pick up, like, this piece of glass, for example. Right? Right. Okay, so here's the plan. I pick up this piece of glass. I don't care that he's breaking those, it's fine. I put this down. He can just walk straight across, which is fine. And now I can pick up a piece of floor and put it behind me. And pick up a piece of floor and put it behind me. And everything's fine. Okay, great. I remembered the key bit. This one I don't remember being too difficult. I just need to somehow find a way to coerce him to fall into a hole. And since the puzzle is symmetric, That just involves me opening up a tile and then putting a tile down somewhere. For example, I could do this and this, and then I can walk here and he will fall, and now I have a path to the exit. Great. So, yeah, I remember how to do a bunch of these puzzles. So I'll just bring you back if there's particularly interesting bits. Interesting. I never tried to talk to this person on 162 or wherever I am. Do you know where the exit is? It's 163. So yeah, this is just the interact button on the screen. So it was possible to... I wonder if there were any other... I wonder if there were any other of these reflective guys that I could have talked to that I'd never tried. There might be dialogue options that I have been missing. Interesting. Okay, try to keep that in mind. I'm up to 4 Luke's titles, which is good. And here's a screen where you're forced to talk to him. And I can't remember for certain if I've ever rewatched a cutscene. And so I presume it will always be like the nth scene in the sequence, but let's just see which one this is really quick. So rest. I'm gonna say yes. But if it's the same cutscene we've seen before, I'll just edit it out. But I don't remember where we might have been in the story at this point. I forgot about the fact that it closes the game. Oh no, it's the dancing one. Oh, I don't want to do this. Well, I'll do it and move on. Alright, well I did the sensible thing and took my hands off the keyboard and just missed every single thing. And so I just had to wait through it. Alright, I forgot about the fact that there's going to be more memory fragments. Shards, crystals, whatever they are. The little X's going on the left-hand side of the screen. And I have to decide if I want to go after them. This puzzle was tough, and it'll be even tougher if I need to pick up that thingy somehow. It would involve almost certainly trapping... So previously, just to get to the exit, I ended up trapping the bad guy in the left section. It would involve trapping him somewhere else. And how could I do that? Because it seems like I need to be able to use a piece of glass to cut him off one way, and then use my rod to cut him off another way, is the key thing. And so where else will I have the opportunity to do that in this puzzle? I see a way to do it on the left, but if I want to get to the shard, that creates problems, because he'd be trapped guarding it. I might be able to use distance from the other glass. I might see something. I'm uncertain yet. I think I need to start by getting him close to me and doing this. And then picking up this piece of glass so that he's behind me on the other side. And so now, I suppose I have time to pick this up and put it down over there, so I'll be able to pick up the shard quickly, I think. And so if will I still be able to escape from him now, though? I don't know that I actually wanted to do that. Well, let's find out. So I was thinking I would do this. Okay, he went quote-unquote the wrong way. But that's actually okay, because he's going to stay there. Which gives me time to do that. And now can I still escape from him? is a question that I don't know how to answer right now. I have a thing I need to put down, and I need to put it down somewhere useful. I think I might need to put it back down here. Then I don't have time to pick up, do I? Yeah, I used that piece of glass suboptimally, I think. Well, how else was I going to get the memory shard, though? Felt like I needed to do that. He's 2 behind me right now. I have real problems already, don't I? I think I might need to do this. This will only get me a step, which is not going to be enough to ever get away from him, is it? Oh, it didn't even give me a step because I had to turn, right? So yeah, right now he's on my tail, and I obviously need to use my staff, and so I'm definitely dead here. But I did need to put that down in order to pick that up. How would I get the memory shard on this one? Feels like I needed to find another place to actually trap him to give me plenty of time to do that. And I did not establish such a way. Alright, I have one other idea. No justice as of yet, that's good. Maybe I trap him on the left side the way that I know how. Then spend some time building a different trap. For him on the other side. That seems plausible, actually. Let's try that. And in the worst case, if I don't think I can build the successful trap, I could just leave this memory shard behind. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. Get him to turn around there. I get this, I get some space ahead of him. And so now I want him following me. Over here, there's no way for me to pick this up right now. Yeah, and so now he'll get trapped over here, because I can do this. So he is trapped. So, almost certainly... I can't build as much as I would like here, though, can I? Like, I can get to the exit. But I don't have the capability of building out everything in this area because everything is too apart and I can never start painting in the rest of the area. I could move the exits. But again, I just need to set up a trap for him. So is there a way for me to set up another trap for him? It would involve me walking across one piece of glass while he's chasing me, him having to divert another way, and then me somehow having a way to cut him off. And also, is it ever interesting for me to like build farther out in this direction? Because I might be able to... It feels like it has some potential. Like, suppose I didn't need any of this section. I could move this over here, and I'd only be like one thingy away there, and so if I... Like, imagine that I started giving him a path, and he started chasing me. No, he would just totally just cut me off over here. Or I could chase him again, but I couldn't cut him off. Yeah, I don't see a way to do it yet. So this will be one that I think of to revisit at some other time. And let's move on to 175. This one also has a memory shard. This is the last one that I've seen while I had HP. This is as deep as we got before, I believe. So let's get past this at least. I might see a way to do this one and get him stuck. So if I preserve this piece of glass, then I can use it for cutting him off operations, I believe. And so the idea would be... yeah, I want to use 2 pieces of glass. So imagine that there were glass here and glass here. He starts chasing me along one, I walk across the other, he ends up getting trapped up in this section. That's the idea. I can pick up this piece of glass and I can pick up this piece of glass. The issue is the timing. If I were to just build a piece of glass here, he'd immediately start moving towards me. And he'd only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves before he got here. And meanwhile, I'd be standing here. 1, 2, 3, pick up the glass is 4, 5, 6, because I need to turn around, and it would be my 7th move, and he'd had already caught me up to try to place the glass there. So what about the other way around? Suppose I try to place this piece of glass first. I could put it down here. The moment I put it down here, he'd move to here. So he would be standing 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, he'd be able to catch up with me. But unfortunately now I have to go all the way up here to pick up this piece of glass to put it down here. So that doesn't work. Can I bait him into the corner first? Yes. Suppose I use this piece of glass and pick it up and put it down and bait him all the way up here. Then I have a lot of time to then come and put the piece of glass down here. Now he's going to be... first time I put it down there, he'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares away from getting my way. And I just put this down, and then I could pick this up 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that totally works. Okay, so I think I have a plan. And so it is, I bait him over to the right-hand side just by picking up and putting down as tempo moves. Okay. So now he's been baited over into that corner. He's given me plenty of space to work with. Now I create the ultimate path that's going to be his demise. I go and pick this up. He's still chasing me to that side, which will still be shorter. And so now I want to make sure he actually crosses. Great. And so now he is trapped. That was great. Except the one thing I didn't consider is I still can't get to the memory shard because the exit's in my way. I was so focused on trapping him on the north, it didn't occur to me to think at all about the rest of the puzzle. And there's no way to get past the exit. I can pick it up, but there's nowhere that I could put it back down. Like, that is true, right? If I pick it up, can't put it down anywhere except the same place. And I can pick up something else, but I can't put it down anywhere except the same place. So I was almost brilliant. Is there any other way to solve this now that I'm thinking about all of that? It seems like I'd want to do like the same thing but in reverse so that I was on the left-hand side once I trapped him. Yeah, let's take a risk of justice just so that I can try that out because I'm enjoying thinking about this puzzle. Okay, here we are. I have another chance. So, let's try the same solution strategy. But this time, rather than baiting him to the right... Oh, I can't bait him to the south. Because I can only step on the piece of glass that's to the north of me here once. I think that might work, actually, if I just counted that correctly. So the key move is to bait him here first. Then put this down. Pick up a piece of glass. He's going to be 2 steps behind me, which means... I just did the exact same thing. I'm such a dummy. I just got myself to the right-hand side again. Oh my gosh. How dumb can I be? Well, I mean, I found another solution to this portion of the puzzle. Okay, let's move on. And I'll make a note that I am still missing shard number 175. Any shards on this screen? It doesn't seem like it. And there is a locust idol, which is great. And it seems to me I have gotten both of these things somehow before. The locust idol is like totally gettable because you can just kind of take your time and get it, question mark. Is that true? Do I have the capability of building all the places I want to build? If I break a piece of glass, I do, but I probably need the piece of glass intact. Do I need the piece of glass intact? I could pick up a different piece of glass later on. So I'm tempted to say no. So what I think I will do is intentionally break this piece of glass so that I can get a locust idol. Replace that piece of glass with that. Replace that piece of flooring with that. Probably also replace this piece of flooring over here with this and move the exit like into the field of play. And now just think about the puzzle again, keeping in mind that I can replace almost any bit of flooring with some glass if it will help me, which it almost certainly will at some point. So the goal now is to trap Dumzo the Diamond somewhere so that I can push a rock over to... no. I could just have him following me, and if I can get him following me one behind, I can just bring these 2 bits together. Yeah, that seems totally doable. Yeah, why don't I just do this? Pick this up, put it down temporarily over here, put it down less temporarily right next to this thing. So now if he is following 1 behind me, which is totally doable, then he will be able to hold down the pressure plate for me. So I can give him a path, he's following 1 behind me, and now I just do that. Okay, that was actually super easy. Turns out I'm a genius. Oh boy. Can I get the locust idol? I think so. I want him to come very close over here to the right, so he'll have a long way to travel. And now he doesn't have any way to get to me. Now he does, but it's fine, because I'm going to beat him to the exit. Alright. And here are the mustache-growing statues. And so I need to get to my locust idols, but I can only use my wand a finite number of times. But that number is rather large. Plenty large enough for me to get all of these things. Thusly. Alright, great. Oh boy, and now we have these pressure pad thingies. So if I want to get the locust idol here, I can only step on those things once. And there's an easy path to do it, and I don't need to use my wand at all. Which is I can do this, and that, and go to the exit. And also... No, I did try drawing this as a brand. Yeah, I did. Okay. I was like, did I remember that one? This is the tutorial that basically explains to me that the second time someone steps on that thing, those things fall. And so if I wanted to get this locust idol, I would need to take advantage of the fact that when I get it, I will now be facing south, which means I can put some flooring over here. And those are statues that disappear when all the enemies are dead, which means all of these guys need to die, which means I need to prime all of these little walkie thingies before they get there. And so this guy is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to get there. This guy's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to get there. And for me to walk over both of these, we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I collide with this guy and I die. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, and not work there either. Or I can go 1, pick this up as 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy will drop on this thing. Meanwhile, it's been 5 steps. This guy will have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll be coming for me, but I'll be far enough that I could walk over and back, and that would be fine. And then I could use the thing that I picked up to get through this, yeah. So I can do this, 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 this. And now I just need to kill third guy, but I also need to have a way to continue walking through the world. And that is the tough bit. So I need to get myself access to some blocks. And also create a path that he will chase me on later. That involves him stepping over the thing that I'm about to step over. And so the way to do that is non-trivial. Or is it? Hold on. If I just put it down now, he'll immediately take a step towards me. If I then step on it and pick up the block, oh no, he won't have already taken a death. Or I could put it down over here and go pick up a bunch of blocks and step over it once, and then just have it in my arsenal. Yes, that's the correct thing to do, because I see a way to utilize it. However, I need to put it down here, I think, in order to be able to build the ways I want to build. Okay, so now I'm over here. I have access to tons of blocks. And in addition to having access to tons of blocks, I've also created myself a way to go north-south here so that I can kind of fill in the whole area of blocks. So now I can walk around things. And now if I want to kill him, all I need to do is give him a path. And this little bomb is already primed to go off. And so he kills himself, and that opens up the way to the exit. Brilliant. Okay. I feel good about myself there. I remember this puzzle being a pain in the neck, and I feel like this is probably enough for today. So I'm going to say I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Void Stranger. For now, bye-bye.